is a lawyer, Mr. Joshua Alobo. I want to thank you so much indeed for joining us on the news at this time. Now that Mr. Sowore is finally out of custody, and we also understand that Colonel Dasuki will be out, as a matter of fact, any moment from now, how do you feel about the whole development to this time?
First and foremost is the triumph of law over the rule of self-help of an individual. Because no matter how big an institution or government is, the law is above everybody. So what the government has done is the normal course that ought to have be ahead to things. And it also shows that the government is listening to the yearning and the protests of the people. And it also shows that the sovereignty belongs to the people as captured in the Constitution. So it's a possible development to the President Buhari and the Attorney General, because Attorney General is the chief law officer. And like the statement he made, if there's even an appeal, that should not be a reason for holding those persons that have been granted bail, in as much as the court has exercised their discretion in granting the bail. So first and foremost, it's a plausible development in Nigeria, and at the same time, it showed that the report of United Nations and what the ambassador to the U.S. in Nigeria met with the president just yesterday. And with the response, it shows that the government have a listening ear. It's a positive development for the rule of law and to human rights record in Nigeria.
You say it is a plausible development, but I'm just wondering, what difference will this make in the pursuit of the rule of law looking forward?
The difference is that in as much as once the court give an order, no matter your concern, no matter your grievance, it's only the appellate court that can say otherwise. The Ministry of Justice, the Federal Ministry of Justice, cannot sit as an appellate court over the decision of any of the court, whether Federal High Court or even National Industrial Court or FCT High Court or the High Court of the various that are within FCT or that are Federal Court. So the development is that at least the public confidence is already boosted with, you can see the reaction on the public. Now they look at Sowore as a freedom fighter. They don't look at him as a blackmailer any longer. So it shows that the way forward is that Nigeria is moving from the rule of individual to the rule of law. Because what has happened with Sowore and Dasuki in particular, there's no way, no matter the level of criminal charges that you hold Nigerian citizens for more than 4 years, even when the court has not convicted him. And in the case of Ibo Rivers, Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Court of Appeal, Kaduna say, no matter how heinous the offenses are, that the presumption of innocence still inure to any accused person. So that constitutional right cannot be abridged by any government institution. So the development now is that at least they have listened to the court, they have listened to the public complaint, the agitation. Look at the protests yesterday that affected Prince Deji and the rest. It shows that we must keep on protesting in order to get the desired government. Protest is a constitutional right that cannot be abridged by anybody. And the government should also develop a thick skin towards any criticism. Once you are doing right, Nigeria will applaud you. But once they cannot see the dividend of democracy, they have the right to vent their opinion. And that opinion cannot be guarded by any means or method at all. So that is what I can say, that is a good development for Nigeria. And
Okay, putting this, your submissions, of course, putting your submissions in view, saying that this is plausible for the country. But if this is happening towards the end of the year, is this a sort of foundation, if you will, for what is expected in 2020?
Yeah, we can look at this as a foundation. And apart from foundation, we should also look at the period that he was arrested. Recall that he was granted bail December 5th before he was rearrested. And today, being 24, within that intervening period of 2-3 months, and the agitation that has been sustained. So it's the agitation that is the issue, because like now, even though the Ministry of Justice denied receiving any correspondence between the office of the senator from US and his own establishment, we should not allow foreign bodies to determine or to dictate to us before we do what is right. Because everybody knows what is right in Nigeria. What is right is already spelled out in the law, and the law must be obeyed irrespective of your opinion about an individual. Once you feel that individual has contravened the law, charge him to court, let the court decide, because the criminal determination, the determination of right is vested exclusively in the court. And no any government agency, executive, whether manned by the legal minds, cannot abridge that position. So it's also, it's not necessary
I must sincerely
because of
thank
December
you.
24th or the,
My apologies. I'm sorry that we're running out of time, but I get the message that you're trying to pass across. You say that it's a good thing that is happening to the judicial system at this time.